Hi, my name is Benjamin Dotson, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about the Mexican standoff. Now, you might be thinking the Mexican standoff is a battle or a war waged with or inside of Mexico, but it's basically the opposite. The Mexican standoff was named by the Eurasia Group and is an economic dispute between the countries of Mexico and the United States. Now, why are the tensions between the US and Mexico getting so bad? I'll get into that shortly. I firstly want to start off with the presidents of both countries. So, firstly is the president of Mexico, President Claudia Sheinbaum. Then we have the US president, President Donald Trump. Now, why are the tensions getting so high right now? And it is essentially because both of these presidents want the same thing. They both want higher power. They both want their countries to succeed to the best possible ability each one can. And that's causing a dispute because for one to do good, it seems as though the other has to do bad, and vice versa. Now, with both of these presidents and these disputes that they're getting into, some say that it's cultural differences. Both presidents come from a different background. Both presidents are looking for different things for their countries, which is causing them to clash, which is causing them to not have the same interests, and is causing them to also not become coming up with the same solutions. Now, because of this, these economic disputes, because of all the things that they're getting into, businesses and corporations are taking a hit financially and resourcefully. With these businesses taking a hit, it's causing a lot of investor uncertainty. So, why is there investor uncertainty, and why are these businesses mainly taking a hit? So, for Mexico standpoint, it's because of Scheinbaum's proposed reforms. These proposed reforms are going to increase president power but weaken the courts. Weakening the courts essentially means that there will not be as much stability with things like taxes, um, disputes that happen within the country, etc. And that's causing a lot of these investors and businesses to not want to be there. They don't want this uncertainty. They don't want this risk. They just want to be able to go in, do their job, make a profit. So these reforms are causing a lot of political and legal uncertainty, as I said earlier, because President Power, she wants more of it while weakening the courts so they don't really get a say in the decisions. Now, how does that affect new and existing investors? Well, because of the growing market and the global market, international investors is a huge thing. And without them being in the country themselves to see how taxes go, how policies go, etc., they have to be able to know whether they can or cannot make a profit in that country before they go there. And this causes a lot of uncertainty with these international investors. These legal systems suddenly changes, makes them rethink their decision of where they want to go, of what country they want to expand to, etc. Now, for existing investors, this can also cause them to go international, making them leave their home market because the prices are getting to a point and their policies are getting to a point where they can't keep up and they don't want to take the risk. So they might go somewhere else and pay more, but they're still going to make a profit whether they're paying more or not, and the risk is much lower. That gets us into the post-COVID era. COVID was a huge thing that basically killed the international and global market back in 2020 and caused a lot of distress with supply chains, etc. Now, it was good for the US and Mexico to be so close together with that supply chain because there was a lot of offshoring and they could basically transfer one thing to the other with ease without a ton of restrictions. So, post COVID, how do we manage the risk? How do these businesses manage the risk? Well, businesses and political affiliates are trying to become more flexible. They're trying to basically be open to other things because the market was closed off for so long. But they also want to manage this risk with political instability. They want to see how everyone is going to return to the market and what they're going to do. And if there's political instability, like so forth with Mexico and how it's going to happen here soon, that can push firms away. And as I said earlier, they might go to somewhere that will cost more to develop their product, but the risk is so much lower because they're trying to keep that risk down. So what's a possible conflict post-COVID is leaders not understanding one another. As I said earlier with the cultural differences, there's also ethical differences. There is how people understand one another, and these conflicts can cause clashing between them. These presidents can be looking for a short-term solution, which can cause just a larger problem in the long run. Post-COVID, that we also have the USMCA, which is the United States Mexico Canada Act. Essentially, was a trade between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. And post-COVID, they can find a solution to these conflicts, to most of the ones they have, by just following that trade and basically each of them getting respect from it. So, in conclusion, we have affecting the global market. So, politics, law, and culture is a huge thing in the global market and how it's affected. More than just financial strategy is needed to understand the political, ethical, and long-term results of what is going to happen. And deeply connected, yes, the managing differences. I have a thing here that I wrote. So deeply connected, yet so easily divided. Managing differences is more important than ever. And I believe that's true because as a whole, as a country, as a global economy, we are one, but there's such little things that people want, which really divides us up and can make all these problems for businesses, investors, just the countries, etc., happen. So we're excited here. And then thank you for listening.